Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see, this is like a very different setup because we are putting our Christmas tree in the living room and there's very limited space. So we moved this chair into the bedroom for now, and it's in this nice cozy corner, and I honestly really like it. I think it's gonna be a great place to do some reading in the meantime during the holidays. I got my coffee here, got some nice candle action going, nice hot cocoa moment, so I'm very happy. So in today's video, we are going to be talking a little bit more about books because what else is new? That's basically what this whole channel is now. I really wanted to walk you guys through items that I use while reading or things that have to do with reading, as well as how I annotate, because, you know, my annotating used to be very organized and now it's not as much. So I just wanted to show you guys the reality of reading. And also, as you guys know, I have a book blog and a book club called Lost in the Plot, and because of that I have a lot of other resources that are not going to be shown in this video, only because it's more so on the technology side of things. And if you guys want a video like that on like what resources I use to actually make my blog come to life, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. So for today's video, I'm going to start off with items that I use on an everyday basis when it comes to reading. I was really looking forward to sharing this with you guys, but I got myself a Kindle, and this is the Kindle Paperwhite in Plum. I still don't have a case for it, and I don't have a pop socket. I really want to get one, and I'm going to be actually starting to use this in December for our book club. I love the simplicity of it. As you can see, I was looking at in 5 years, but if I wanted to, I could go back, and it kind of just shows me all of the books that I'm interested in as of right now to be putting on my Kindle. I think for people who have very limited space, a Kindle or a Kobo or whatever you prefer is a really great idea, just because I don't have that much space for a bunch of books, unfortunately, as of right now, but hopefully in the future I will. So a Kindle is a really great way to hold all the books you want to read without having the congestion of a bunch of books in your house. I still have a lot of books. The fact that I'm moving soon, I just wanted to have something a little bit more compact in the meantime. If you are interested in getting a Kindle, that one is approximately $150 Canadian, and if you want to get Kindle Unlimited, which provides you with 10 books that you can read every single month, you can change them up every month, it's $9.99 per month for that subscription. So it's definitely pretty equivalent to you just buying books, or even cheaper. I think it's a pretty cost-efficient way of doing things. I personally enjoy having a physical book. It's not my favorite option, but again, it's definitely cost efficient and space efficient. So that is the first thing that I own. This might seem a little silly to you guys, but I do like to write in my books when I annotate. We'll get to it. And I love this pen. This is the Sharpie S Gel Pen. It just looks like that. It has a really fine tip. But I find that this pen is very prominent. It doesn't bleed through, and it's just like really easy to see as you're going through your pages. You don't miss it. If I put like a star, you see it. So this has definitely been my favorite pen to use. I'm not going to be showing highlighters on this video because I actually don't highlight in my books, but again, this is my favorite thing to write with in my books. And the last thing that I feel like every single booktuber or just reader in general have are a crap ton of bookmarks. So I feel like it'd be fun to just kind of show you guys my bookmarks. I have this one here that just like moves as a tiger. These two I actually got at a free little library near my house. They're so cute. The one says, "It is well known that reading quickens the growth of a heart like nothing else," by Catherine Valente. And this one says, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us, J.R.R. Tolkien." So I just really like that these are little quotes, and I like that they provided that for free at the free little library. I'm pretty sure this one was someone else's and I just ended up having it, but it's just like, it's really glossy. You're not gonna be able to see it, but there's just a little fox on there. It's kind of cute. It's a little bit bigger than my liking, but I own it. So there's that one. I got this one off of someone from Etsy. It is a super beautiful laminated like tarot card with a nice yellow rope. I just thought this was very cute. This one has been my favorite for a while, I think. It's super simple. I'm pretty sure it's a, yeah, it's a Mona Lisa. No. It's Irises in Monet's Garden. So it's by Claude Monet. Monet, okay. But it looks just like that. I just really love the colors. So beautiful. I really want more art like this in my house. And then the last one I just picked up, and it says, my workout is reading in bed until my arms hurt. And I liked the humor in it. And then it has this nice little blue tassel with a bead. Those are all my bookmarks. Aside from the one that I'm currently using, which was gifted to me from my friend Shelby. It's like a black yin yang one. But those are all of the bookish items I use on an everyday basis aside from actual books. So that is all for the items, and now we're gonna get into a little bit of my annotating. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot to show you guys the most important thing. Like the most important thing. Sticky tabs. So I guess this kind of is a good way to go into the annotating, but these are what I use to annotate for the most part. I did have more of the little ones. I actually prefer this size. But I also have this size, which I'm currently using as well. So these are just Post-its, but you can get a bunch of different like no-name brands and stuff like that on Amazon. I can link a few of my favorites down below, but these are some that I picked up at Walmart. I'm sure you can find them at your Walmart, your Target, whatever. I used to have it where colors meant something, and in a way I still think I do that occasionally, but I realized that it just was taking up way too much time. So I'll show you guys how I annotate now. So this was my first ever book that I annotated, or I think it was the second book actually, but I was still doing the color coding and I thought that it really mattered. So as you can see, there are a bunch of annotations in this book. So there are a lot of annotations in this book because this memoir is actually so amazing by Stephen King. It just discusses his ways of writing, his tips, his tricks, and I think this book really helped me, hence all the annotations. Basically, I never wrote in my book at the beginning. I thought that it would ruin the book, and I thought that the book just had to look in pristine condition. But now that I'm thinking more about it, I feel like I really enjoy going through old books and seeing what I've written, and it just really shows the character and that the book has been loved. It shows all my reactions in it, so I really enjoy that. This one only has tabs, it doesn't have writing, and I used to have it where green was relatable, purple was beautiful, orange, blue, and pink were just like significant, and red was facts, and yellow was quotes. So lots of colors. So if I just go into here, I'll show you guys like the very first tab I have is in the second forward, and this is just like facts. So it says, this is a short book because most books about writing are filled with bullshit. Fiction writers, present company included, don't understand very much about what they do. Not why it works when it's good, not why it doesn't when it's bad. I figured the shorter the book, the less the bullshit. That was a fact. If I go into something a little bit beautiful, I wrote, I want to suggest that to write to your best abilities, it behooves you to construct your own toolbox and then build up enough muscle so you can carry it with you. Then, instead of looking at a hard job and getting discouraged, you will perhaps seize the correct tool and get immediately to work. I don't know why I thought that was just like really well written maybe. Let me go to like a quote. This one here says, the writer who is serious and committed is incapable of sizing up story material the way an investor might size up various stock offerings, picking out the ones which seem likely to provide a good return. Now that I'm like reading these over, I feel like I don't really like what I annotated. Do you see what I mean? Like I feel like I annotated way too much than I needed, and that's probably why my annotation is so different now. Let's see just like a random significant one. I see a blue one here. When the door shut, downloading what's in my head directly to the page, I write as fast as I can and still remain comfortable. Writing fiction, especially a long work of fiction, can be a difficult, lonely job. It's like crossing the Atlantic Ocean in a bathtub. A super simple but not effective way I feel like to annotate would be this type of book. But I also have the book that I'm currently reading. I guess I can show you the bookmark now that my friend Shelby gave me. So that's what that one looks like. But this book here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely a lot less annotating. I haven't like finished the book yet, obviously, but I feel like I've become a lot more aware of what is actually important to annotate in books. In this one, this is where I start writing, and I will tend to not use as many tabs. I'll actually dog ear some pages, tab pages, and then some I'll actually write and dog ear or write and tab. It's just like a mess, but it's my mess and I really like it. So we'll go to the first green one. Like I said, I still try to kind of maintain the color coding, but not as much as before. So if you can see here, I started actually like going like this because honestly in this book, because I didn't do that, it was hard for me to actually find the paragraph that I was interested in. But since doing this, I know that is this whole chunk that is what I think is relatable. This book is like a little savage, so I'm gonna read you examples. Please don't judge me for what I relate to, but it says, I watched her eat the sandwich, both jealous of it and judgmental that she would eat something so calorie laden in public when she obviously had a few pounds to lose. I hated eating in front of anyone. Yeah. Okay, never mind. You can judge me on that. I mean, and then for example, I started using blue for sad. So this is a good page to show because it actually shows, like, I started up here, I underlined what the actual like sentence that was important to me, and then this here is kind of like a sad paragraph. The underlined one with a star, it just says, I think it starts on this page. Yeah, it says, we wouldn't be together again. Not until a drunken mistake the next summer. So I just thought that that was like very important to the story. And then this here is, the worst part wasn't even that carnal image burned indefinitely into my brain. It was that I stood there, shell-shocked, unable to find my voice. That's not Matt, I tried telling myself, except of course it was. Instead of hurling at him the wrath he deserved, I slunk away unseen, cannibalizing myself for my flaws, the ones that drove him to pastel perfect Jessica French. That's not like a spoiler, her ex-boyfriend cheats on her in this book, but that's kind of what I do now. I really like to underline. I like to kind of go over the edges of an entire paragraph if the whole paragraph is meaningful. And then on top of that, I will either dog ear or tab. So that's all I do. I don't know if that makes any sense, and I don't know if anyone cares, but I just figured I would share my method. Everyone's is so different, and honestly, I just recommend doing it on the books that you want to do it for. I just tend to do it for a lot of my books because I do have a blog and I need to go back and refer to things sometimes. Nonetheless, like I said, if you're just reading for pleasure, you don't even have to annotate. And if you want to, just do it for the books you want to. There's no pressure to ever annotate. I just started doing it because I thought it would help me remember certain things in each book. So that is my process. And that is it for this video. It was kind of all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't checked out my book blog yet, I will put the link in the description as well as right here on the screen for you guys to check out. I'm very proud of it, and we actually just reached 10 book club members, which I feel like such a proud mom. Like realizing that. So if you also want to join the book club, be sure to check out the website below. You can sign up for our email list and I can send you the newsletter where you can vote on December's book read and join our Discord. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more bookish content from me or just like getting to know me in my life. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you guys in my next one.